Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ming, and I'm the Associate Professor at the Sun Yat-sen University, and that's my background. I have an MD and PhD in medicine, and I obtained my Master of Public Health in University of Hong Kong, and also a Master of Clinical Investigation at Harvard. And I'm currently a research fellow at the Harvard University, and also the adjunct professor at Gynaecology University. I stayed in Oxford during 2015 to 2017. And this picture shows you that in the coming futures, humans may not have any jobs or whatever. In the coming futures, I'm so worried about this. Okay. And according to a report, okay, you can see nearly half of the current jobs will be replaced by whatever, AI or robots, by 2055. Okay, so I'm much more worried now. Why the AI is nowadays is quite have a very impact in our society, because nowadays we have a lot of big data. So in clinical setting, we have a lot of clinical data, for example, clinical notes, diagnosis, medication, genomic data, and lab results. And also by the hospital information system, we have a lot of something like appointment management system, registration system, etc. So we can have 4 main applications, for example, administration, clinical, cost management, decision support. But it's not a new question for us, because in 1880s, in the US, they have the census, they have the first big data challenging. They don't know how to manage these kinds of data at that time. They use a lot of time, use 7 years to enter all the information, but they finally find out some solution by using this machine. They only use 6 weeks instead of 7 years by using these kinds of holes and something like that. So they reduce the time from 7 years to 6 weeks. And what means by data? You, me, whatever is data, right, nowadays. So we can collect the data by whatever wearable devices, and also by your mobile phones, apps, something like that. And also from the hospital information system, we also have the clinical data. This is the CAMS database in the US. So we have similar database in China as well. Also in Hong Kong. So we have the CMS system in Hong Kong. So nowadays, we have a lot of big data. What can we do for that? From the news, we all know about the AlphaGo, right? You heard about this? You also heard about the competition of the humans and the AI, right? Who won this competition? Human? No, not human, right? So you can see that, so worry, really worry, and even cry. Okay. So cry is not the end, it's the start, okay? So they even develop a new called AlphaGo Zero, okay? So they just use 3 days to learn how to play the games. But it's much better than the situation over 3,000 years of human learning, okay? So how about in medical field? They develop an IBM Watson, okay? This is the Watson, okay? It's so handsome, right? And this is maybe his girlfriend, I guess, right? I don't know, right? So nowadays, they can learn how to learn. So I can show you how powerful he is, right? I don't know if she or he. So he is the first non-human object invited by the Oxford Union.
Good evening, everybody. Wow, what an amazing venue. My name is Nora, and I am a humanoid powered by IBM Watson. I am honored and delighted.
Just give you a few minutes to know about who is Watson, right? So for a postgraduate study, maybe some of you are PhDs or master student, your supervisor always tell you to do the first thing is doing a review, right? On your topics, right? But later on, the AI can replace these kinds of job. So I can show you the video. How the AI can replace you.
We could throw any subject at it. I've chosen some here, and let's just pick the first one. So it will now look for all the literature and try to understand as a computer what's a pro and what's a con for violent video games. Let's roll the first one.
Scanned approximately 4 million Wikipedia articles, returning 10 most relevant articles. Scanned all 3,000 sentences in top 10 articles. Detected sentences which contain candidate claims. Identified borders of candidate claims. Assessed pro and con polarity of candidate claims. Constructed demo speech with top claim predictions. Ready to deliver. You have selected the topic. The sale of violent video games to minors should be banned. I would like to raise the following points in support of the topic. Exposure to violent video games results in increased physiological arousal, aggression-related thoughts and feelings, as well as decreased prosocial behavior. In addition, these violent games or lyrics actually cause adolescents to commit acts of real-life aggression. Finally, violent video games can increase children's aggression. On the other hand, I would like to note the following claims that oppose the topic. Violence in video games is not causally linked with aggressive tendencies. In addition, most children who play violent games do not have problems. Finally, video game play is part of an adolescent boy's normal social setting.
So you can see that the AI can replace you. So next time when your supervisor tells you to do the review, no, you can tell the AI to do it. I don't have time. So it's something like that. So how about AI in medicine? Actually, we also have a lot of improvement in something like prediction or helping the doctors to make some decision. So the IBM company do something on the cancer treatment. So you can see that how this applies to medicine.
That was 3 years ago. The system is much better today. So much so that in February 2013, IBM announced that Watson's first software system application will be for management decisions in lung cancer treatment at Kettering Cancer Center.
It has shown that treatment 1 has a 95% confidence of being effective, whereas treatment 2 is only half that.
Is this so obscure that you would have needed Watson for the diagnosis and treatment, or would an oncologist come up with the same treatment plan?
In fact, this is such a new discovery of this particular mutation, and it's a relatively new drug as well, that my guess is that many oncologists may not be quite up to speed yet.
So you can see the doctors will tell you something which is relying on some AI. Something like, I'm quite sure that is 95% is confidence about this treatment will be helpful for you, something like that. So in the coming futures, I probably think that the doctors will work with the AIs. Okay, so nowadays, as most of you may know about this, for the AI, the best application is using in the image. So something like this. And in health setting, we can also use in the health informatics, drug discovery, something like personalized medicine. Okay, so one of the major area is something like pathology. So it's something like pictures, slides. Okay, so they already developed a lot of AI on pathology fields. And also the skin lesion. So because the skin lesion, also the pictures, we can take the pictures of the skin lesion. So in the imaging field, I already use a lot of AI. Okay, and nowadays the AI or something like that looks like a human. So you can take a look of Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
Yeah, so it's primary function. So if you have time, you can talk to Sophia because it's primary function, right? So the perspective of the AI in healthcare, including the radiology, personalized medicine, critical care, telemedicine, health insurance, operational management, clinical research as well. So I have a privilege to involve in one of the research in Harvard University. It's about the prediction performance of the machine learning algorithm for the in-hospital death. That means the mortality at the ICU setting. So we use the machine learning algorithm to predict the outcomes. That means mortality. And we use the 3,000 ICU patient admission data and 5 baseline characteristics, 37 clinical and biochemical features. So by using 9 models of machine learning, we can have the results on that. So we can see that by using different algorithms, actually we can have different results, like here. So we use something like random forest, SVM, decision tree, boosting, and then neural network, logistic, lasso, etc. So we can see that it's a lot of machine learning algorithms. Okay, so we just use the best one. That means the random forest to do our model. Within our model, we can see that it's quite coherent to the clinical situation. For example, when we use the GCS score, which is usually used in the hospital, that can predict the mortality, you can see, 30% prediction probability. And then also the urine output. So it's quite matched for the clinical situation. You can see if you have less than nearly zero urine output, that means nearly to die. And also if you have a lot of urine output, you also have some problem. So it's coherence to the clinical situation, and we learned from the medical school. So we did something like that. Okay. And after this project, I just thinking about how these kinds of AI could be helpful for the underdeveloped rural areas. Something like in Africa, you can see, even nowadays, they are really lack of the medical resources, including the doctors. If you are a medical background, you will know that doctors are not willing to do something like that. They don't want to go to rural area. They don't want to earn less, right? So they don't have any help from the medical service. And also in some rural area in China, okay? So my student did a very new and robust mobile apps for this situation. So they are from China.
According to 8,000 real clinical data, we made a preliminary model based on random forests. Thus, we can diagnose patients' illness based on their age, height, weight, fasting blood glucose contents, and other metrics.
With this model, our AI pregnancy health application, Care2U, exceeded doctors in predicting gestational diabetes medians. Under the same medical resources, our AI product could predict GDM with simple fasting blood glucose test more effectively than doctors. The sensitivity of doctor is 62%. Our application could be 75%.
With information about a pregnant woman's weight, height, blood glucose, and so on, our application could predict the probability of having GDM and give advice about how to prevent it from happening.
We are inspired by image classification model. By taking pictures of what pregnant women are about to eat, we could give suggestions on the nutrition of the food, whether it is suitable for the woman to eat.
By counting the footsteps with smartphone, our application could also give suggestions on amount of exercise for pregnant women according to their health condition.
Our core value is to improve women's and babies' health with telemedicine and artificial intelligence. Our AI product has the potential to be a milestone in obstetric field. I think it is an exciting time for machine learning in healthcare because we are able to predict the health conditions of pregnant women and provide them with personalized health care.
Okay, so this is the logistic behind the apps. So actually we have the clinical data, 8,000 clinical data to train our program. And then after we launch the apps, actually we also collect the data from the pregnant women. So we will have the post-market data collection. And hopefully we can finally have some personalized management for the user. Okay, so this is the apps, you can see. So this is the Chinese version. We have the English version as well. So we enter the age, height, weight, and the fasting glucose. And then we can analyze AI, something like that, thinking. Okay, normal, right? So it's the application of the AI, right? So this is one of the examples. So I would like to thank you for all my students from Harvard Medical School. It's my first postdoc in Harvard Medical School, Dr. Yan-Xin Wu, and also students from the Sun Yat-sen University, and also students from Gynaecology University. They are from different majors, something from Chinese medicine, someone from applied physics, mathematics, etc. And this is my team in Sun Yat-sen University and Gynaecology University. And my collaborator, Tundi from Africa, and Itai from South Africa. So thank you so much.